Hi, I'm Xandra Ooi, a happiness coach. Happiness is so much more than just a feeling, and happiness is not when everything in life is perfect and we have no problems, because life is always going to be filled with challenges. So, happiness, in a big way, is our ability to overcome life's challenges and live each day with joy. There was an American psychologist, David Kersey, who said that there are all kinds of different people in this world, and it is the artisans who create so much of the grace and value and beauty and joy that we experience in this life. So, on behalf of the Artisans Haven, which is a brilliant, first of its kind digital mall here in Malaysia, I'm speaking to a few inspiring individuals who are true artisans in the way they create products and services that bring so much value and joy to people, and find out how they pursue their passions and what kind of mindset they need to be able to overcome their challenges positively and be happy.
Hi, Sandra. How are you?
Hi, so good to see you guys.
Morning.
Good
Yeah,
morning.
good to see you.
Yeah. So I'm really curious, right, with you
Mm.
guys. Jesse, you are the CEO of the Artisans Haven, and Ocean,
Mm-hmm.
you're the COO. And together combined, you guys have more than 10 years of retail experience, right?
Um, yeah.
Yep.
Do you find that meeting merchants from different industry and backgrounds, it makes you appreciate your life more because you're seeing how other people are living their lives? You have more exposure to that?
Yes, definitely. Definitely. Because if you don't really go out to see people, right, you will just live in your little world. Even in the outside world, there is always a bad and good things. So it depends on you how to see the things that you want. Of course, if you ask me, I try to be as positive as we can, but sometimes it will be have a moody or down times.
So what do you do?
Let to be honest. Do okay, I just do the things that I like. I'm a very simple person. I like reading and I like music. So when there's moody day, I will just go both of these. So I can just go a cinema alone by myself.
How long
Yeah.
does it usually take you guys to like lift yourself up from like the moodiness and the impatience? Actually, do you even know when you're feeling moody and impatient?
Yes. When you have something obstacles or it's just like when you wake up, right? Sometimes you will feel that invisible pressure. Sometimes it come from work, sometimes it come from others factors. You see, at that moment, try to see. Okay, so maybe after work I will go for cinema or something, or today have a good sleep. Without with some essential oil. Okay, bye. I just close the light and I just hit my head on the pillow. Never mind. Tomorrow wake up, see better than any have a solution. So maybe I just wake up in the middle of the night. I think of the solutions or how. I don't know.
You sound like a very practical person, Ocean, because happiness at the end of the day is about overcoming challenges. It's about, like you said, solving problems, right?
Correct.
Because once you have identified the issue and you can see the root cause and you can
Mm.
figure out how to overcome it, then that stress will slowly ebb away,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
Sometimes we'll just find some very close friend BFF, that hey, can you just lend me your ears? Just give me 10 minutes. Let me to just download the things to you. You may not be give me any comments. You just listen, then I will be fine.
What
Yeah.
about you, Jessie?
I quite the same with oceans, but
Mm.
myself is I will like to drive and open up the radio because I subscribe the Spotify. I think I would definitely choose the song that I really like, which is my generation. And then I just make it the volume very high so that I can sing, I can shout inside the car. I think this is
Mm.
one of the way I release my stress. And then when I came home, of course, I think the two kids is everything.
Do you feel like it's even more important for you to know how to lift yourself up from like a bad mood or a bad day because you don't want to take it out on your kids?
Frank speaking, during these 2, 3 months working at home with the kids, it's very frustrated because I have to focus on the work at the same time. I have to take care of both of them, and they every time will come to me and say, "Hey, mommy, I want this, I want that." So for me, I try to control it, but I know that it's very hard. So every time I just tell myself, give me 10 minutes, walk away first. Then I tell myself, please cool down and think how to talk to them better. But sometimes it still cannot be controlled. is still very bad mood. I think the only way that I find the way out is I try to go and find my me time.
Me time is still very important.
That sounds
Yep.
great, you know. I think that both of you girls sound a lot like taking action kind of people. At the end of the day, our happiness is we have to create ourselves and we have to grow. Otherwise, we're always going to just be stagnant or, you know, if you're
Exactly.
unhappy, you're just going to stay there and not really get yourself out of it, right? Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
It's so lovely talking to you both.
Okay.
All the
right.
best,
Thank you,
okay? Yes, thank
Yeah,
you
same
so
to you,
much.
Xandra. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
bye
Take care.
bye. See
Bye-bye.
you. Hello.
Hey, hi, Sam.
Hi, Chi Leong. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
It's so good to see you. I have been a customer of Abby and Friends a few times. I think that one of the main reasons like I feel so great buying from you is because of your service. And you are such a like genuine and nice person and you go out of your way to make sure that you know we're getting something we like and then the customer is happy.
We find that it's very important to help people around us, especially our fans. I call them fans, I don't call them client, by the way. So to make sure that we are part of their gifting journey.
And you work together with your wife, right?
Yes, both of us.
How is it like working with your wife?
Yeah, it's not easy at all, to be honest.
In what
So,
sense?
so because we have to really draw a line, right? When not to talk about business, especially during dinner time and also during quality times with our kids, right? So we avoid talking about business unless it's something truly candid that you just want to talk about it, right? So if there's something serious, we will just restrict it and make sure it's only working hours.
So you actually schedule like meetings to talk about work and then house and meals and kids are different category.
Yes, never mix them together.
How do you resolve conflicts? Like even with your colleagues, for example, you may not see eye to eye on certain things, certain decisions, even approaching certain problems, the way you might solve it will differ. So when it comes
Yep.
to you and your
Yep.
wife, when you work together, when you guys have disagreements or you don't see eye to eye on certain things, then how do you resolve that?
We have some very basic guiding principle, right? We try to put emotional aside and then just write it down on a piece of paper so that we know that it's nothing personal, right? So yeah.
Is it hard or easy to not take things personally when you're working with your spouse?
I think it's really hard because I mean, sometimes even myself, we tend to have some form of expectation, right? Like a spouse, how should you actually talk to each other? Be really nice in the choice of words and then the way that you want to convey the message. So it has always been a learning journey, I call it.
What is the one tool that you always use to remind yourself to not take things personally? Is it you take a deep breath? Is it your tone of voice? What do you do?
Tone of voice is the one that I try to control the most because I tend to show through my voice sometimes when I'm a little bit too excited to get some things done quite quickly, right? Quite eager to get things done, even to vent some frustration. Normally it's through the tone of voice, right? So whenever I realize that my tone of voice sort of raise or maybe change a little bit the way that I try to elaborate or explain certain situation, and then my wife would probably frown, then I know that I need to do something about it.
Wow. So you're like watching for cues and you adjust accordingly.
Yes.
I mean, you do seem like a very calm, very non-reactive person, you know? Are you genuinely very patient and very calm in your relationship?
Yeah, maybe 70% of the time. Yeah. So, but from time to time, I do realize that I might also flare up, especially when some things just doesn't move right. You know, after like 3-5 discussion, it doesn't move, and then it's going nowhere. So I'll get a little bit frustrated.
How do you like let go of frustration?
I would probably take a little bit more time to consider, my wife's view and her opinion. Normally, I'll just call for a break, maybe like a 15 minutes break, and then I'll take some time off with the kids and then just play a game, right? Maybe it can be an Uno game, maybe a short Monopoly game that we will normally have some fun, right? And laugh over it for like 30 minutes or so, and then come back for that particular discussion. I like to take short breaks, and then maybe we will have a different perspective and also think more from the other person's point of view and to be in their shoes.
It sounds like an amazingly healthy relationship where you guys are kind towards each other, you guys are considerate towards each other, and you definitely remember that you love each other even when you're feeling frustrated or angry, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because sometimes when we argue with somebody, we can completely forget ourselves and say things we might regret. So I think the way that you're handling it is really inspiring, especially working with your wife as well.
I mean, there's no point, winning an argument but losing the person. Yeah. So, I mean, winning the person over is actually winning the entire thing.
Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love that so much. Thank you so much, Chi Leong. Say hi to your wife for me, okay?
Thank you, thank you.
Bye.
Yeah, okay. See you.
Hi, Mr. Fu.
Hi, Xandra.
How are you?
Okay, I'm fine. Great.
Wow,
You?
I love your background. It looks
Sure,
so
no.
colorful and are these like paintings that you've collected from your travels?
Yeah, souvenirs here and there,
You must have a
All-
lot of souvenirs.
Yeah, a whole room full of them. This, for example,
Oh wow. They're beautiful.
from Mongolia and then from everywhere,
Does it
So
like
good, man.
spark joy whenever you walk into the room and you see all this? Like it brings you like memories and flashbacks.
Yeah, because I walked away from being a typical suit and tie kind of a guy, from 25 years back, and then that's it. I didn't look back. I got up one morning and said, "Hey, I don't need this, so I'm going to do the things I want." So travel, motorcycling, bicycle, diving, and all that.
Yeah, I mean you've traveled over 100 countries, right?
How do you know that?
I know a lot about you. So let's rewind a little bit. Like you were in the corporate
I
industry
was in the corporate industry for about 6-7 years.
and then
6,
you
7 years.
left.
And then I walked out being the GM of a big exhibition company, very stressful. And most people say I had gone nuts, And so I just started my own little camping shop and started going camping, mountaineering, hiking, that kind of stuff, diving, So then it didn't stop, huh?
So wait,
Right.
your little shop became a full-fledged business. This is Explorer Outfitter.
Explorer Outfitter, yeah.
Wow. And now you
Yeah.
guys have 6 stores.
Yeah. 4 different malls and 2 street shops. Slowly grew over the past 20 years.
So how does running a business, because building a business and everything, even when you do have partners, it still requires some kind of commitment, right?
Yep.
And for you seem like a person who loves traveling and loves adventure. So how
Yeah.
does that, juggling the business aspect of things and living your life, the kind of lifestyle that you want and explore to your heart's content, how does that go together?
Well, first, you have to have a very fiery passion. The second thing is you must have a very hardworking wife. And then the third is you need to radiate your passion to your staff members, reward them well. And then finally, be honest and don't think about yourself and think of all your stuff. And then when I'm away, the business runs.
I really like the part where you say you exude out the passion, like you have to infuse your spirit into
Right.
your business. So everybody is on the same mindset and the same values.
Yep. Most of my staff, they work for me for a long time. They just come work and then they don't go away. Jason has been with me, for 20 years, and my PA has been with me for 15 years, like that lah.
You spoke about like rewarding staff, and I feel like you can really bring out the best in people, right? I've only spoken to you for like 6 minutes, and that's like the impression that I'm getting. How do you then deal with staff that you feel can be more motivated or can have a better mindset or can work harder? How do you then manage stuff like that?
First of all, appreciate them. Giving a small pat on the shoulders is free, and then it means a lot. appreciation and being honest, and have to be very sensitive. The minute you sense things are not going so well, things are down a bit, you have to try to be sensitive and kind of nip it at the bud. Immediately talk to them, offer yourself. Don't wait for them to come. Hey boss, I've got this problem. No. You must pick up from the way, the facial expression, the way they talk to you. So as long as you are sensitive to them, look after them, be honest, and reward, they will bend backwards for you.
It sounds like you have to spend a lot of time, right? FaceTime with your staff in order to be able to see their expressions and gauge how they are feeling and how they're performing and nip the problem in the bud before it actually like explodes and escalates, right? So how much of that time commitment do you have to dedicate to Explorer Outfitter?
Not a lot, because you just have an open line to them. You don't have to be seeing them every day. You just have to call them from let's say when I'm in Brazil, when there's a phone line, I will call my PA, and then my PA will brief me, say, hey boss, you better call this guy or that person or what. So I'll call him, and then they get a shock, wow.
Wow, my boss called me from Brazil, so important. I feel so important. I mean, I completely resonate with what you're saying, and I always believe that if you want the positives from people, then you must encourage it with positivity. Sometimes we want to be harsh, we want to be angry, but it doesn't make sense because, you cannot get the positives out from someone by being negative, right? It just doesn't make sense. However, in this world, I think a lot of people are generally very concerned about being too nice, because then you might get taken advantage of. So what's your take on that?
If you are nice and firm, then you're right.
How do you be nice and firm?
You have to show them the way. You must know the way to do certain things. If you don't, find out first. Like for example, right after this, I will be having a digital marketing meeting with the team. And for the past 1 month, I've been trying to find out what it means to have a MailChimp, and then what it means to have funneling and conversions and, that kind of thing. Once you command that kind of knowledge, then your staff will generally respect and then contribute more. We just create a spark, and then the staff will feel the fire.
Feel the fire. And the other side of firm, when you say nice and firm, do you also mean like carrying out consequences? Say if someone promises you to do something and they don't follow through, how do you then handle that situation?
Well, usually I use peer pressure. For example, recently in the last meeting, I told the staff that, okay, guys, we have 6 outlets and each outlet produce 5 product videos, And then let's say, for example, one particular outlet hasn't done anything. So I will just show the videos of another outlet and, hey, the guys, look at this, man, this is cool, And then the guys haven't done it. Oh, yeah. Boss is telling us a message, like that. Extract the positives and the qualities of people and strengthen their weaknesses. Don't punish weaknesses and don't accuse. Talk to them and then find out where their strength is, Amplify their strength. By amplifying the strength, you are actually reducing their weaknesses.
This is such great, your approach and everything, to just bringing out the best in people in general. Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Thomas.
Thank you.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this chat. Thank you.
All right, keep in touch, yeah?
Yeah. Bye,
Right.
Thomas.
Bye. Yeah. Thanks, bye.
Hello. Hi, Carmen. How are you?
Hello. Yeah, I'm doing good.
Okay, so Ogawa, right, is a very known brand for health and wellness. When you work in a company like that, how relaxed or happy do you feel? How do you motivate yourself, especially on days that feel extra difficult?
Well, if I have any of these kind of feelings, I will just maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes of keeping quiet, then should be fine.
So you basically handle like stress and handle problems really well?
Yeah, it's not really bothering me. Always stay positive and always be good to everything that happens around you. So you wouldn't have so much of worries actually.
Would you say that you're the sort of person who don't really get affected by negativity?
I won't easily get affected by whatever happens surrounding me. It's not negativity. Yeah. So whatever happens to the environment or whatever happens to the people surrounding me, I don't really bother, and that actually makes me stay quite happy every day.
That's a great motto in life, man. Thank you so much, Carmen. Bye.
Have a nice day.
You too. Hello. Wow, nice background, ASOS.
Thank you.
Your background is making me hungry, man.
Yeah, do you see the word happy cookies there?
I know. I was like looking at. I'm like, that's a very, very nice cookie. What's in there? Is there a note? Is it like a fortune cookie or?
Exactly, it was inspired by fortune cookie. So exactly inside there will be notes that will give happiness and a motivational and inspirational things. Yeah.
Oh my God, I love that.
Yeah, and all the notes are written by me.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is your own kind of passion. Like you just feel like you want to spread happiness and positive messages, and that's why you do that.
Yes, I have 1,000.
1,000. So wait, how long is like? It's like one sentence. It's like a short saying, is it?
Very, very, very short ones. Yeah. Okay, wait, let me show you a very quick one. Yeah.
Okay.
Look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look at that. Yeah.
So are these all your personal philosophies that you live your life this way?
Most of them are now based on experiences I go through it, who I meet, or I receive notes from people like good morning notes and so on. So I see something interesting. So it just inspires me to write.
When you first started your business, like 10 years ago, like I Love KL is now 10 years old, right? Like it's been a decade. Right. And then Sunshine Kingdom, it's close to 10 years. It's about 6 years, right?
6 years.
6 years.
Right.
So when you first started, it was very much just products, right? Like
That's
durian products, souvenir products. And when did you actually start to think of an idea to actually insert notes inside cookies? Like, was it because of fortune cookies and you feel like you want to spread more joy outside of just Chinese New Year?
We started the durian business with filial piety as one of our main subjects. Okay, after a while, we thought that talking about filial piety for like 5-10 years is a bit boring. So we came up with different principles that we add into our products. For example, one is happy cookies and one is called sunshine cookies. Then what we do is that this year we were supposed to do something like friendship cookies, but unfortunately because of an MCO, we stopped doing any products. And then at the same time, we want to do sharing and caring. So we've got 6 very strong principles in the business of durian, where we just don't want to sell products, but we will attach stories so that when people buy the products, they feel like, okay, why is Happy Cookies for? Happy Cookies is basically, you want to make your friends happy, so you buy a food souvenir and pass it to them, and then Happy Cookies, So after that, when they open up and they eat their messages inside, they feel happy.
So when you first started Sunshine Kingdom with the durian food products, you already wanted to spread messages. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. If you look at the back, right? So these are the products that we have.
Wow.
What happened was when we started doing coffee, so we thought that we should put faces of old folks there, like my father, my mother-in-law, my partner's father, to promote filial piety, because if we put their faces over there, they will feel that they're very proud. And for us is to honor and to give respect to them for bringing us up. Feel very proud, like, my son loves me very much.
I love talking to you. I feel like so much of what you do as a business is so much driven by you as a person, like the messages that you believe in. And do you feel like the only reason you can do this business for so long, like a decade, right, is because you've got meaning attached to it. Like you feel that it's meaningful.
That's right. Over the last 2 months, what I did was I did this book.
What do you mean by Respect 1 Million?
This particular book is to pay respect and to honor the doctors, the nurses, and the hospital cleaners. So in other words, we respect you 1 million times for protecting us while everybody's at home. And then why respect 1 million? Because a lot of people say, thanks a million, Xandra, thanks a million. You don't say thanks 100, thanks 1,000. You say thanks a million. So I thought that I should create something that which has got very high, like a millionaire. So we respect you 1 million times for protecting us. So that was how I came up with this respect.
Do you find it hard or easy to be happy?
Very, very easy.
In what sense?
Very, very easy. Okay.
Nothing gets you down?
In fact, like the last 2 months when the MCO, and my business is down by 95%, which is terrible. My partner is like stressed out every day that who couldn't sleep, right? Like me, I got zero stress, completely zero, because I thought that why should two persons stress over one same thing, right? So there's no reason to be stressed. So I said, I chose not to be stressed. You want to be stressed, you're stressed, because there's nothing much we can actually do.
So you choose to be happy. It's not that you don't have worries. You do have your worries, but because you choose to be happy, you can let the stress go.
That's right. That's the reason why I created this happy cookies inspired by fortune cookies. Because I thought a fortune cookie comes only during Chinese New Year, but happiness is everything, and happiness can come every day. So you don't have to be, certain points of time to be happy. You can be happy any day, anytime.
I love it so much. Thank you so much. Take care and all the best, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Bye, ASOS.
Bye.
Hi.
Hi, Xandra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? So good to see you.
It's good to finally meet you as well. Yeah.
Are you in the office?
Yes, I am at the office actually. A lot of my staff are working from home, but I can't stand to be at home too much. I need to come out. It's been a few months I've been stuck at home, so now it's good to get out.
Well, so because you're the kind of person that needs like other people's energy around you.
Yeah, and also because at home, when you're at home, you're sort of like a different animal. You're more like relaxed and, a bit more laid back. In the office, it's more focused. That's what I like.
Yeah. You started Good Times ticketing back in 2019, right? Like last year?
No, I started off, actually, Good Times Ticketing was initially called Phoenix PR. It was started in 2016. Back then, it was just a PR agency. And then, thanks to one of our clients, actually, our past clients, we went into events. And I love events. I've always loved it. It was ever since I was in uni and all that. So from then on, I started producing my own stand-up comedy shows. And then we branched into event ticketing. Then that's how we became from Phoenix PR. I said, look, the name doesn't suit us. We're not a PR agency anymore. So, and we are a ticketing company. So now we are a ticketing as well as production company. But I also have other companies that I run as well.
So you do primarily events and selling the tickets for the events and setting up the whole infrastructure for that whole process, like whether it's a concert or a show?
Correct, yes. Basically, from the side of production as well as ticketing, we handle it all. Artist management, everything. So
you say that you love it, right? Like you love events. Like why? Why do you love it so much? Isn't it stressful or do you find it like enjoyable?
No, I really enjoy it. I enjoy the working with people. I enjoy people management. I think the biggest payoff is, a lot of these comedians that I brought down, I am fans of. I'm a fan of. So meeting them in the flesh is amazing. That's number one payoff. So which is why I have a strict rule that we don't work with people who are not nice, because I love comedy and I don't want my experience to affect my love for comedy. Right? That's one.
Oh.
And actually another nice thing is, when you're in a comedy show, no matter how hard things were, right? When you see people having a lot of fun and just laughing it out, it's very rewarding. It's nice to see people having a good time because you make this event happen.
So that's why your company is called Good Times.
Good
Ticketing.
Times, yeah. So the idea behind Good Times was that I wanted it, whichever ticket people buy from us, whatever show they go that has our name attached to it, when they finish the show, they must say it was a good time. So that's why the name Good Times.
Oh, I love that. That's so awesome. You mentioned that you like to work with people who are nice. So in your opinion, what does a nice person look like? How is it like interacting with somebody who's nice?
At the end of the day, we are all just people. And no matter who you are, I don't think you need to be an arrogant, cocky person to be good on stage. I don't see how that affects the other. So we've had very good experiences, thank God. We've had one or two bad ones, but we've had very good experience most time where like these comedians who are world famous, who sell out shows across the world, when they come down, they're just everyday Joes. You know what I mean? When the event is over, then you actually become friends and then you want to work together again. That's nice. That I think is nice.
You seem like a really cheerful and very gung-ho person. Is optimism important in your line of business?
Definitely, especially now. Optimism is very important, especially when you're building something up. You have to just look at life more positively. One of my mentors once told me, he said, don't throw the baby with the bathwater. Keep the baby, but throw the bathwater. So in everything, I always tend to look at the positivity. I don't get bogged down with the negativity. I really don't. like social media. I try to stay away from all this, negative articles. I don't share. If you were to see my Facebook feed, it's just music from the 80s and my favorite songs. I like to keep things happy.
Nothing nice to say, don't say anything, huh?
Exactly. That was from Bambi, I think. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. You've got a really great smile and such a nice,
thank you.
approachable face. Yeah. Thank
you,
you
thank
so
you.
much for your time. I love this
Thank
chat.
you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. Who is May? Who is Lynn?
May, Lynn.
You guys do look like
Hi.
sisters.
Yeah, we get
Yeah.
a lot. We get a lot of that. Wonder whether sometimes it's something to do with seeing each other too much.
Spending
Yeah.
time together.
A lot of time. Yeah, since I was born.
Since you were babies.
Yeah, because our moms went to uni together, so we pretty much like work.
When it comes to doing business, right? Like a lot of people advise against friends going to business together because of complications or fallouts and partnerships breaking friendships. I'm sure you've heard like a lot of horror stories. But then on the other hand, it makes a lot of sense that if you're going to be spending the majority of your time, the majority of your life at work, then you would want the people that you see every day and spending so much time with to be people you actually love and enjoy spending time with.
I think it's a double-edged sword. Yes and no. So we've had our tips, and sometimes it's difficult to separate business and personal life as well. I think, but for us, it's the determination as well that you know what, I'm gonna make it work. How do we make it work? And then we need to agree as well to be very honest with each other. Sometimes hard truths come out, and sometimes you got to put the ego aside, and you know what, bigger things.
Is it easy or hard to not take it personally?
I think whatever you do, it's always like this, right? It's always hard at first. When it first hits you, it's always very, very difficult. And that's the reason why every time when I have fights with anybody, it doesn't matter whether it's with my parents, it's my boss, when I used to be in corporate world, or whoever it may be, whenever we have a very heated arguments, it's always good to walk away because emotions get involved. And people who make decisions based on emotions, in my head, never make good decisions. So when we have these kind of conversations and, it comes, a lot of personal truth comes out and it gets very, very difficult, it's always a good idea to just say, okay, you know what, take 5. We walk away, have a think about it, let you clear the red a little bit, and then come back to it again. Because once you've had time to process it, you've had time to think through it, and you realize, you know what, we're actually on the same page. It's just that we're just not using the same words or writing with different inks, maybe.
Yeah, your objectives are the same.
We just have to learn to work with each other, and I think learning how to work with each other strengthens you in both business as well as your personal lives.
Has working together made you both grow personally?
I think every relationship, it's always a work in progress. You may know your boss for 10 years or your colleague for 10 years, but there's always a work in progress because, well, humans change, right? So we're not going to say that, just because we overcome one challenge doesn't mean that another challenge won't come along. But I think what makes the difference is that we agree that this is going to work by hook or by crook, that we don't walk away from each other. And I think that helps us to really go the long way because it helps to open the conversation of, okay, how are we going to fix this rather than your fault, or my fault, or, you're wrong, you're right. And, that kind of very...
which goes nowhere, really.
She say, it's okay, let's just dial it back and get to the root of the problem.
It sounds like you guys have trust. That's what it is. Like, regardless of how different or whether you disagree or not, you both trust each other to be there for each other, I think, right?
Yeah, I think it helps sometimes to really just keep in mind the big picture. We're not fighting with each other. We're fighting for each other in the long run. So we just need to keep that in mind. We just said done.
I know. It's like a mantra. Every relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship or like a friendship relationship, it's a business relationship, it's all the same, I think.
Every relationship takes effort. I mean, it's no different from, another colleague or a business or your family, your mom, your dad, your siblings, or even your partner. All of it takes really effort, right? It's just,
it does.
How much work do you realistically want to
invest? Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Is it worth it?
And some relationships are more fun than others.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Very
And your
much.
products look great, by the way, like super awesome.
We try our best to use ingredients that people are familiar with as well. So it's like, okay, you see yogurt or you see
Yes.
honey, things that people can recognize rather than all those very complicated clinical terms. And you're like,
Benzoyl
yeah,
dioxide.
don't know what acid. Of course.
Hey, it's really lovely chatting to you both. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you wearing your own t-shirt stuff?
Yes.
Oh, it looks great.
Yes, I'm wearing it.
Your slogan is Save the Uncertain Future.
Yes.
It's super interesting. Like, is this your message to everybody about the environment?
Yes, because I want to raise the awareness of the pollution towards the environment and the planet. And also, we have another slogan which is to solve the unpleasant feeling. It's not only helping to save the environment, but also helping ourselves because it keeps us comfort all day long by wearing the t-shirt.
Oh, that's
Yes.
really good. Have you always? How old are you now?
I'm going to be 25 this year.
Oh, 25 is young for somebody who care so much. When we're in our 20s, a lot of the times we care a lot about our own life, our own career, our own love life. Are we going to have a boyfriend? We're going to get married? How much money I'm going to make? It's a lot of me. And I think that age is the age where I guess a lot of us are so focused on paving our career path that we can also be very self-absorbed. But you, on the other hand, at the age of 25, is thinking beyond yourself. You're thinking about the environment, about the planet. Where does this passion come from?
It's actually because I myself study in fashion, and then I knew how the industry is quite polluted because of the material and all the dyeing to do the textiles for manufacturing all the clothes, and causing so much problem, and also especially on the part that we are creating so much waste for the landfill. Because of this, the microplastic problem is actually entering into our food chain, into our daily life. And also, I just want to tell people that please be aware of this problem because it could affect our health and also the planet. And I want to bring out this issue to the public as much as possible.
What do your parents think about your eco streetwear business and your motto in life?
They are being very supportive. They have been supporting me all this while. I feel grateful for having them to push me and to encourage me to do what I want, because I believe not married parents is and especially they let me to study in this fashion and to enter into this industry. Yeah, especially my mom, because she also encouraged me to go into this eco-friendly concept.
When did you start stuff?
Since last October last year.
Oh, so it's only been a few months, not even a year yet.
Yes.
Yeah. So how has it been? Are you learning a lot of things? Have you made mistakes that you feel it's a good mistake that you've made, so now you've learned from it?
Yes, I did. I learned a lot in just a few short months.
You said your mom is also very encouraging you to pursue eco fashion. How much does it mean to you that your parents are so supportive?
If they are not being supportive, if they are complaining about, how's your sales, or you're not doing well today, and then that brings so much negative energy actually. But then I'm really grateful because they bring so much positive energy to me.
You're so lucky, so blessed to have parents like that. And I think you are also the sort of person who work very hard, and you'll definitely achieve whatever it is that you set out to achieve. All the best for stuff, and also moving forward when you expand and you grow. I'm very excited to see your growth.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.
Hi. Oh, we match in color.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Are you at home or in office or?
I'm in the office. Trio came about after I started playing Ultimate Frisbee. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Yes.
We started playing and we realized that there's not a lot of customized sportswear for high performance kind of thing. And then a bunch of us, myself and Eva included, sat down and we're like, why don't we start a company of our own, and then we started sourcing suppliers and manufacturers and all that, and we started our own brand now. So we are now probably, you would say, the biggest brand in Malaysia. We've managed to break into the international scene a fair bit also.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, so it's from passion to job kind of thing. So it's a good thing.
So how many years has it been?
2012. With a lot of stressful and funny moments throughout the years, like almost missing flights, going to the factory, bringing back some samples, and some of the people who followed us somehow realized that their visa couldn't enter and whatnot. So instead of 3 of us coming back, 1 of us came back, and crazy hours, like we sleep at 4 a.m., we wake up at 6 a.m. to rush for all these kind of things, like countless stories that we've been through.
Do you enjoy this?
Love it.
What do you love
Love
about it? Is it the exhilaration, the adrenaline, the fact that you're not, like everything is unpredictable, you don't know what your next day is going to be like?
I won't say it's unpredictable. It's more the fact that, I mean, I've been playing competitive sports since I was a kid, right? And all these challenges, if you put a different spin to it, it's just another challenge, right? And it's how you put yourself up to that challenge and see how you tackle it. You win, you lose, but there's always something to learn if you lose, So I take it as kind of like a competitive sport challenge kind of thing. Yeah.
I love that. It's like the whole sports philosophy turning into a life philosophy.
So I apply that to my work as well. But again, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, right?
Yeah. But like you said, like one of I think the thing that really helps me approach any kind of problem, especially in my relationship, is life is either a celebration or a lesson. This has changed a lot of perspective, because when you're in a disagreement, emotions are high and it's so easy to forget your objective and you can feel all sorts of things. But when you really look at, it's either a celebration or a lesson, then I can appreciate even the times where, things are not great and you're like, okay, so we're not celebrating, but there's a problem, which means I'm learning from this. It's an opportunity to learn. And it changes the way you approach the problem. The problem remains, but how you deal with it shifts, right?
So there are times where the problem seems to be just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and you're like, the stress and all that. Then sometimes you're like, okay, just chill, take a step back, breathe, and then look at it again. And you're like, if things are in your control, great, find a way to solve it. If things are not in your control, what else can you do? What's your alternative? What's your best outcome or worst outcome? How do you mitigate all those things? So I think that pushed us through. But of course, having said that, while you're in the problem, it's not a fun thing to be in.
It's only in hindsight, looking back, you're like, I learned a lot.
Correct. But while you're at it, it's like, oh my God.
So stressed. You mentioned earlier that it's a passion that turns into a job, right? And, sports is obviously one of your big passions in life. And how is apparel a passion for you?
I wouldn't say I'm a artsy person, but I like certain things to be my way, right? So I'm sure you've seen, I like this shoe, or I like this bag, or I like this clothes, but I don't like this little pattern there. I don't like this little button there. If they can add something here and there, you want to make little changes to some things that you've seen before. So that kind of spawned this interest on, why don't we make our own stuff, right? So we have caps, jerseys, bags, socks, apparels for outdoors and stuff to my liking. But of course, with research and years of being exposed to sports, we also know what works and what doesn't work.
It's true, at the end of the day, when you're not satisfied with what's out there, you can either complain about it or you create something better, right?
Correct.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy your work right now?
How much? From a scale of 1 to 10, easy 8.
How much do you love your life in general?
Easy 9.
That's so good. That's okay.
Easy 9. It's not perfect.
Some days it's 10.
Yeah, the days that are 10 is when it's rainy in the morning and it's cold throughout the day. That's a 10.
Only Malaysians will say such a thing, because my husband goes, oh my God, look, it's so nice. The sky is grey. I'm like, in London? It's like the opposite. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
And that's it. I hope that you enjoyed the story shared. This is what the Artisans Haven is all about. It's a digital mall with brands and tenants who are incredibly passionate about what they do and the value they provide. So we see the passion, we hear the story, and we shop at the Artisans Haven. I hope that you feel inspired to create something that makes each day more meaningful, more beautiful, and can be filled with joy. Be happy always. Bye.